Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about upper back rounding as an advanced technique on the deadlift. Now, a lot of people comment when they see me do deadlifts and videos like I did in my training video today, and I have a whole playlist to the right with all my training clips, that my upper back and my middle back round when I deadlift. And a lot of people are concerned with this. Now, you need to remember there's two different parts of your back that we're talking about here. There's the lumbar, which is everything below the rib cage. And then there's the thoracic section of your back, which is the part right there at the rib cage. Now, you'll notice when we're talking about thoracic rounding, that is what I'm doing there. I'm rounding the upper back. Don't be confused with my start position before I drop down versus the position of my back when I actually apply weight to it. Because you guys will notice I do a hip drop, and that's to tighten up and pull the slack out of the bar. So what I do is that I pull some of the slack out of the bar, then I drop down. Now you'll notice in any of those training clips that when I drop down, my lower back is no longer rounded or in inflection. My lower back is actually at a protective arch when I drop down and then pull. So when you guys see me up there higher and it's rounded also, I have no weight on it any more than you just bending over and touching your toes. I'm not actually putting any weight on it from the deadlift. So I drop it into that position at the last second before I pull. But I do use thoracic rounding. And the reason you use thoracic rounding is that it is an advanced technique that lets you put more muscles of your back into the pull. It can get you more speed out of the bottom because it lets your back do more of the work than your hamstrings. It shifts the load just slightly, and the muscles of your back, your lats, your thoracic erectors, your traps, all of those muscles are stronger than your hamstrings because it's a larger combination of muscles. So it lets you get more power out of the bottom. So that's why it's used. Now, the problem with it is that a lot of first year and even second year lifters do not have the motor control or body awareness or muscle awareness to execute this safely. And so they're running a risk of they can't tell the difference between their thoracic erectors and their spinal erectors. And they are at risk of rounding their lower back, which is what you don't want. That is what becomes dangerous on a deadlift. That is what can actually hurt you on the movement, is the rounding of the lower back. So that is why it makes it an advanced technique, even though it's a superior technique potentially, to let you recruit more muscles of the back and lift more weight. It is dangerous for those who do not have the body awareness to tell the difference between the different erectors in their body. Because the thoracic erectors will be rounded, but the spinal erectors will not. And so there's a big difference there. And again, it comes down to body awareness, practice, technique, amount of years of lifting before you incorporate something like this. Because if you're not ready yet, it's potentially dangerous. But it's perfectly safe for advanced lifters. There are plenty of guys who have deadlifted repeatedly 900 or even 1,000 pounds this way who show no signs whatsoever of back problems. But again, it is for advanced lifters who have the body awareness and have the technique down and know how to do it correctly. So if you're not one of those people, don't try it. Wait till you've been deadlifting successfully a year or two at least. Alright guys, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time. But let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go.